My name is Jason Poston. I've been in the fitness industry for about 25 years. It started with just a drive, just to want to add muscle, look better, perform better. Things changed in 2011 when I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
I'm happy to compete at this point. After the diabetes diagnosis last September 1st, I never thought I'd be able to do anything like this.
I knew nothing about the disease. In a way, it was very tough. I had to throw out the way that I ate and the way that I lived before. It was a complete transformation into a different person.
I want to show you how I eat donuts. I freaking love donuts. I actually don't even know if I've had any this whole year.
2014, I was only 3 years after this diagnosis. The doctors did tell me that I was going to get fat. They said, you're gonna be grumpy all the time, and then you're gonna be sleepy, and then you're gonna be happy. And that does happen, but that only happens when you do not control your blood sugar. And what's funny is the doctors told me to eat the exact way that would create that. Basically just eating whatever food I wanted, inject the insulin.
This is how I can have cheat meals right here, like a normal person. Here we go.
They didn't give me a specific diet. So I told my doctors, I'm going to try to eat no carbs, right? I wanted to create a diet that allowed me to use as little insulin as possible. And that was it. I know if the more insulin I use, the more resistant I'll become to it, the more water retention, the more up and down roller coaster blood sugar. So I wanted a very stable blood sugar life, like a healthy human.
I got to do the sugar-free syrup. I would do maple syrup because I am diabetic, so. But you don't hear me whining about it. Don't whine about your obstacles, overcome them.
There's a big difference with processed foods and whole foods, and really how it impacts me and everyone, but I can see it in the next hour or two. You can see blood sugar start to rise, feel your energy start to drop. It's a night and day difference performance-wise. Calories are not all the same, and that's something that was night and day to me with type 1. I would get slapped in the face if I ate the wrong thing. You can eat 50 grams of carbs from Skittles, or you can eat 50 grams of carbs from a potato. They're not the same type of calories. I might even inject the same amount of insulin, but the response in your body is not the same. The gut health, how it impacts your digestion and protein synthesis, your focus, your mental clarity, your cognitive function, all of that is diluted and completely trashed with manufactured and chemical-based food. But with whole foods, you really have a better shot at feeling the outcome of just an immaculate diet.
This is something I love. I'm feeling amazing on it. I haven't felt like I've had this much energy in a long time. This probably feels like right now the healthiest I have ever been.
But I quickly learned that it was something that I could conquer, possibly even become an elite athlete if I had the discipline and the consistency with my diet, proper supplementation, and just balancing the medications with this new disease. You're like a sports car. You need high-grade fuel, but you're running this thing manually. So you can still perform, but you have to feed it the right fuel. There's no more room for error with type 1 diabetes. So what was a curse at the beginning almost became a gift, where other competitors in bodybuilding could get away with things and eat almost too much food or too much carbs. I had to keep everything precise. The result was my body looking better than ever. I ended up becoming the first type 1 diabetic male to ever compete at the Olympia.
Jason Poston.
My first Olympia, I got 5th place in the physique division.
5th place finisher, Jason Poston.
I was hooked. So I kept competing, and my career took off, social media took off, and the doctors, they couldn't believe it. They were like, how much insulin did you use today? I said, I used 4 units. That's unheard of. Just so people understand, the average person probably uses like 50 plus units a day just to control their blood sugar. My A1C score was not even diabetic. It was like 5.2 A1C score. So I still had to take the insulin, but I used very little. And that was all because I defied what the doctors told me. When you get type 1, you shouldn't feel like sad. You should feel like, you know what, I was just given the hard route. I'm gonna embrace this, because every person I know in my life, everyone that's successful, was given a hard route and they took it and they got serious with it. Type 1 is not easy, it's hard, but it'll make you a harder person. So choose your hard. You need to control the food. This is what I did. I cooked all my food.
Today I'm gonna go over some food. I can cook mass amounts of food in a matter of like
15 to 30 minutes.
I had very low budget, but I made the budget to where I was buying all my hamburger meat, buying my chicken breast, and I just centered my diet around me controlling it and prepping all my meals. And it sounds like monotonous and boring, but being an excellent version of yourself is not boring. People looking up to you for your dedication and your discipline is not boring. Elevating with your career and your body and your relationships because you're just operating on all cylinders is not boring. So what I like to do is just challenge people to do what I did almost 13 years ago, which is control my food. I didn't rely on anyone else to cook my food. It was just me. So on Sundays I would prep food, on Wednesdays I would prep food, and I made the time to do it. So if you do this and you're cooking and controlling your protein, your whole food carbs from the earth, you're finding your healthy sources of fats, and you simply just put these in a package in your fridge. When you do that, the chances are the momentum will be so huge that you'll never go back. Don't feel bad if you've never done this, because the average person has not done this. But also the average person that does this creates such high standards that they don't go back to their low standards of eating anymore, because you're just gonna feel amazing with every aspect of your life. And the cool part is during that 30 days, you're probably gonna graduate into somebody who actually knows how to do this better. By the end of the week 2 or 3, you're gonna come up with alternatives, flavoring, and maybe healthy sauces and things that help you make the food taste even better. Control your diet for 30 days. I promise you, you'll be a high standard person that will never go back to your low standards of eating.